You know, I feel like, hey, there's the lovely Nia.
Hello.
What do you know? So I'm going to tell him the story here. Do you want to jump on?
Okay.
I'm going to tell him the story of that flight.
Oh, yeah.
That I had. You want me to? I'll hit pause here if you want to grab a mic.
You don't have to pause. Keep doing your thing.
Okay. Well, do people really want to listen to you unwrapping that shit? All right, I'll tell you a story. So anyways, so Nia was supposed to come out and see me, right? And then for whatever reason, you weren't able to make it out, right?
Right.
For whatever reason.
Whatever reason.
Yeah, whatever reason. The doctor said you're not allowed to fly in your current condition.
That's right.
Yes. So I'm like, all right. I guess I'm out there by myself. And so I was gonna hang out with her on Saturday, you know, go around doing all the dumb shit, you know.
Barbecue.
Yeah, we were going to get barbecue, and then we were going to go to that fucking restaurant that every fucking person goes to that was in that show Nashville that you loved.
The Bluebird Cafe.
All right, the Bluebird Cafe. We're going to do all of that shit, and then at night I was either going to go to the Penguins Predators game or I was going to go to the Vanderbilt football game. But you weren't allowed to go, so I said, fuck it, I'll come back Saturday. Or as they say in Boston, say, right?
That's right.
So I had hang on, let me turn your fucking mic on here. You good?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. So
You like how I'm able just to put the thing together? Like I know how to do it now.
yes, you do. So anyways, let me tell you, so leaving Nashville, so I go, all right, you know, she can't fly out, so I'll fly back Saturday and I'll hang out with her, right? Mm-hmm. So I go over to the airport. I get there nice and early. I drop off the rental car. I'm all zippity-doo-dah because I'm nice and early. I get all the way to the gate, long-ass fucking walk, and I realized that I didn't give the car keys to the people there at Budget. I'm like, fuck. So I had to walk all the way back. I wasn't on the other side of security. I just walked all the way back. And then I'm like thinking in my head, see, this is why I leave plenty of time. I'm not losing my temper. Everything's fucking fine. This is the new bill, right? I'm not going to the new bill. I'm not going to be. I'm trying to find the humor in things.
Okay.
All right. Like I had my checks for my gigs this week. I go down to the bank tonight because I don't want to deal with the clusterfuck of the bank during the day. With a bunch of people who don't understand how to handle their money. Their money is fucked up, and you're standing behind them in line, and it takes for fucking ever. And they're always yelling through the bulletproof glass at the other person as if that person went out and bought too much shiny shit with their money. Basically speaking, all right? I'm not talking about that Wells Fargo crap with those cunts. What they did. And then they paid off those 5,000 people. Like, all right, get the fuck out of here. Here's a little confidentiality agreement. You guys all collectively yet individually came up with this fucking scam. It wasn't me. Anyways, plowing ahead. So I go down to the bank, and it takes, I had like 3 checks. It takes 2 out of 3, and it won't take the last one. And I started to lose it. I distinctly remember slapping the ATM machine and hearing my wedding band ring when I did it. And I was just like, I went up to 8. 8 for me. 12 for any other normal person. But it was an 8 for me. And I was like, Bill, just fucking relax. It's all fine. And I thought about my flight and what the fuck happened. And I was just like, this is really pales in comparison. So here's what happened to my flight. So I get on this fucking flight, right? Sitting up there, first fucking class, right?
First class.
But I have the stressful first class seat. It's the fucking front row. So you got the bulkhead in front of you, which means I always just have a backpack. I always shove it underneath the seat. So I get on the plane fucking relaxed. I don't have to worry about overhead space if somebody shoves 15 coats up there in a child seat, Mm-hmm. But I had the stress because, I didn't have the fucking thing in front of me. So once I got past that stress, I sat down. It's all fucking good. And we're flying back. And all I'm thinking is, fuck, man, I'm getting back. It's fucking football Sunday tomorrow. I'm going to watch the Formula One race. I'm going to watch the Patriots game. I'm going to maybe watch a little Buffalo, Miami. I got my whole thing laid out, right? Maybe catch a late college game. Shit up. By the time I land, it's only going to be like 8 o'clock at night. So we fucking go up in the air. We're about 45 minutes into the flight, and I start smelling what smells like burnt popcorn. That's the smell first, and then it gets a little more fucking intense. And I'm kind of looking at the stewardesses, I'm in the first fucking row going, did one of them burn a meal? Yeah. Like, I'm smelling a burning smell, and it's starting to fuck with my eyes a little bit, and I'm not seeing any panic on their faces, so I go, it must be food, because I know I only have a few hours flying with my license, but I know, smoke in the plane is not, it's not a good thing, right?
No.
So everything's going about normally, and then all of a sudden, I feel us descending. When I feel like the fucking wings are doing blah, 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 doing that shit. And I'm like, oh, wow, we must be hitting some rough air. Because then the smoke wasn't as bad. And I was thinking, like, we must be hitting, it wasn't like visible smoke. You could smell it, and I could kind of feel it in my eyes a little bit. How old did I just sound? I could smell it. I felt it in my eyes. It was very uncomfortable. So the fucking wings are, like, doing that shit. And I'm thinking, like, oh, he probably got it, a report that there was some rough air up, then he's going to go underneath it, and then we'll go back up again. And then, like, all of a sudden, my glass with the water started sliding forward. Like, all of a sudden, I was kind of realizing that my chair was we were at like not a 45-degree angle, but we were at we were fucking descending rapidly. And all of a sudden, the stewardess just came up. She goes, can I take your glasses? We're landing. And then I was just like, oh, fuck. Something's on fire.
And the pilot didn't give any announcement,
no, because we were at 30-something thousand feet, and the second you smell smoke, it's like, I don't know. I guarantee you there were lights lighting up on his little dashboard there, and it wasn't saying check the tire pressure. I don't know what warning lights they have.
He probably didn't want he didn't want everyone to panic, so he's just like, you know what? Let me just land this thing.
No, I think he smelt smoke like there's something on fire, and I'm 30,000 feet, and I have to get this thing on the fucking ground immediately.
No, but that's why he didn't say anything, because wouldn't they normally tell you, we're going to, descend really quickly because of this, that, and the other?
I had nothing to do with scaring us, and he didn't have fucking time.
Okay.
So he just fucking goes down, and I'm just like, oh, shit, here we go, right? So the stewardess, I didn't know we were landing because everybody had the shades pulled down. And it wasn't until my glass fucking slid forward that I was like, this guy's really dropping down here. Like, what's going on? But so when she came over and she said, hey, we're landing now, right? We're literally 50 minutes in the flight, Nashville to LA, right? The woman next to me goes like, oh my God, we're here already? And I was like, I laughed and I was like, no. I go, we're landing. She goes, where? And I said, well, I looked at my watch and go, I don't know. She fucking lifted up the shade. I saw a river. I go, maybe that's the Mississippi. I'm going to say St. Louis. Turned out it was Little Rock, Arkansas. And she goes, why are we landing? And I was like, well, probably had to do with that. Did you smell that burning smell? She's like, yeah. I go, probably has to do with that. And so she's looking around. I go, yeah, but he had total control of the airplane. But my thing that I was worried about is, I don't know about the mechanics on planes and shit, but if there was something, whatever it burned through, some wire, some hydraulic thing, and all of a sudden he can't control it. And next thing you know, we're upside down like in that Denzel movie,
Yeah.
Yeah, when you lose the rear stabilizer, the dumbest shit ever that he's able to flip it back over and land, Hollywood movie. Yeah, once it's up, you're fucked. Nobody can land that. Not even Sully, right? So we start fucking coming in, and we're in Little Rock. I don't know it's Little Rock, and all I see is this fucking river. And, those things you can only see out the side. And I'm just thinking, get it on the ground, just get it on the fucking ground. And all I'm seeing is this fucking... All right, so anyway, I'm almost dying in a plane crash in here. So the fucking thing comes down, and all I see is the river, and that's what I started thinking of. If this motherfucker puts this thing in the water, all right, all I'm thinking is stay conscious. You have to fucking stay conscious, and that fucking door is right around the corner, provided, he doesn't smash the whole thing up and you can't open the door. And then I got to fight my way through all these other fuckers, and I'm going to drown. Mm-hmm. But then I see the runway, he lands the thing, and then I'm just like, please, reverse engines. Ocean's kicked in. Then once we stopped, I was like, okay, all right, fine. I live, right? So we go over, we taxi over. There's a fire engine, one of those, there's only one because it's Little Rock, Arkansas, right? This little fucking fire engine comes over. We go to deplane, like, you need deplane, there was smoke. blah, blah, blah. The captain came on and he finally said, I had my hands full up here. I'm sorry I didn't make an announcement. Meaning, like, it was a serious fucking thing.
Yeah.
So as we go to get off, there's two guys in the giant fucking asbestos suits. They look ridiculous. They look like they were beekeepers. So they didn't look like firefighters. And we go to get off, and as we get off, the ticket agent person, like, okay, they're going to check to see if the plane is still fine and blah, blah, blah. And all I'm thinking in my head is like, dude, the fucking thing was on fire. Something was on fire. There's no fucking way we're getting back on that. There's people walking in with the beekeeper suits. It's over, right? So we sit there for about a half an hour, and they finally come on. They say, okay, here's the deal. We need to get a new plane. The plane that we're going to get is 2 hours away, but the crew is an hour away from getting to the plane. So it's going to be about a 3-hour delay. And, people were kind of cool, but there's those, the 15% like, this is ridiculous. What kind of way you to run an airline? Giving them shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Giving them shit. It's like, dude, the fucking thing, I don't know what was on fire, what was smoldering, but it was smoldering at 30-something thousand feet. And the fucking pilot just got us on the ground, and we like a stud, and we didn't die. And now you're fucking bitching?
Yeah.
Go up to the bar and shut the fuck up, right? So there's one guy there with his purple shirt, and he's fucking breaking his neck, shaking his head like, oh, it's unbelievable. And you know the deal. You know the deal. If they say it's going to happen in 3 hours, that means it's going to be about 12, right? So we go into the bar, and I watch Auburn kicking the shit out of the Razorbacks. Then I watch the Cubs get into the World Series, and they just keep going like, well, it's not now. It's looking like 9:30. And then they do that. It's looking like 10:10. We're thinking 10:46. And people just eat more. Freaking out. Then they change the gate. And everybody just is gradually more and more like freaking out. And then they're vacuuming up the airport. It was the Hillary and Bill Clinton airport. The Bill and Hillary Clinton airport, which was, basic seats. The Clintons, they stole so much money. There's only so much left for the airport there, right? So, long story short, we landed about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something like that. The plane, we didn't get on the fucking plane to get out of there until like a little bit after 1 a.m. And this is the thing, like the person goes, okay, so the plane's here. And then everybody's just like, so it's going to take us to L.A. now? And the guy just goes like, no, the plane's going to take you back to Dallas.
Everyone's like,
everyone's like, Dallas, we came from Nashville. What kind of way is this to run an airline? They're like screaming at this guy. And I sat the whole time. I just sat there laughing my ass off going like, who gives a fuck as long as we're not dead, right? Mm-hmm. Like I just couldn't it was fucking scary, right? So they ended up flying us into Dallas, and we land, and we're like, this is the plane we're taking to L.A., right? They're like, absolutely. And we land in Dallas, and they go, okay, we're going to need everybody to get off the plane. And everybody says, Jesus Christ, you got to fucking kidding me. There's one guy here, this guy, they can't possibly think we're ever going to fly this airline again, right? I'm like, I'm absolutely going to fly it again. One of the guys who works for them just flew a plane that was somehow on fire from 30,000 fucking feet down to the ground. It's a great airline. It's a great fucking airline. So we get off the fucking plane, and I slept on the fucking floor waiting for the get back on. We ended up getting back on, and we ended up landing at I think 10 in the morning. And I actually figured it out. It took 16 hours for me to get back from Nashville. And from here to Sydney, Australia is 14 hours. So I literally could have flown to Sydney, got a connecting flight, and got my ass down to Melbourne. But you know what, Nia? I didn't burn up in a plane. That's all I just kept thinking.
The fact that you didn't flip out is still kind of amazing to me. But the thing is with you is that when big things like this happen, you are so calm. You are just very relaxed, and you have a lot of perspective about it. And you're like, well, but this and this and this, so this and this and this. But God forbid there's a new operating system on your phone. It's you have the meltdown of
I would put everybody
sugar crash.
Everybody who flipped out about all of that airplane shit, I would have put all of them to shame. Over, a
new operating system on your phone.
I can
you lose it.
I can sit for 16 hours in an airport. I had a great time. I went in, I sat down, I watched the Cubs. Like, I'm sitting there going, like, the Cubs literally have not been to a World Series. They haven't even been there. As bad as Cleveland is, they haven't even fucking gotten to the World Series in 71 years. That's almost impossible. If it wasn't for them, it is impossible, because I don't think anybody else has ever fucking done, like, just not been there.
I would have been crying out of frustration. I would have been so tired and hungry and frustrated and, like, all these things.
The fucking plane was on fire.
No, I get it.
Or whatever. It was smoldering.
Understand.
Something was burning, and everyone was sitting there going, who had one of those fucking Galaxy 7 phones in their
Right, exactly. In Samsung.
Yeah, that they checked. That's what I was thinking, because there was that thing with ValueJet where something caught on fire underneath there, and it burned through whatever controllers they had, and that thing crashed into a fucking swamp.
Did you say?
And some of the bodies got eaten by alligators.
Oh, Jesus. Did you say that somebody...
Give a fuck that I'm sleeping on a floor.
Did you say, like, at the airport, somebody asked about that phone? Like, they were asking people if anyone had that phone?
Oh, when we got back on the plane the second time.
Yeah.
They said, if anybody has a Galaxy 7 phone, can you notify the stewardess?
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to me. Like, okay,
that happened on a plane. You know, that guy's phone started smoking in his pocket. He went to turn it off. He put it in his pocket, and then or something like that, and it started smoking.
Yeah, but that's not going to take down a plane. If it's in your bag and it starts smoking and then ignites with the shirt or some shit like that, and you have a bad canvas suitcase.
Well, why could not have happened?
And it eats its way out, then I think you're in trouble. But what's he going to do? Just stare at his pocket as it slowly catches on fire, going, "Oh my God!"
I think that's exactly.
Oh my God! What do I do?
I think that
pocket's on fire. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Dude, there was a guy that literally tried to light his fucking shoes on fire, and everybody just beat the fuck out of him. Like, that's what happened to this guy. And he was trying to take the fucking plane down. Yeah, those phones are like fuck. They always exaggerate. They always exaggerate.
Like you went through. If there's anything smoking on a plane, on a pressurized fucking enclosed, thing, not vehicle, but you know what I'm saying, vessel.
Yeah.
You got to get everybody out of there. Better safe than sorry.
I know, but it's like, so your phone starts catching on fire. How long are you going to take it out? Like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then take your little complimentary glass of water and dump it on it, and it's over.
You know what? I don't know what he did after that. I'm sure he took it out and was like, oh shit.
I know exactly what he did. He grabbed somebody else's phone and took a selfie and said, hashtag fuck my life. And then he got a deal. He got some sort of internet deal, and now he makes $400,000. He's the fuck my life guy.